Hi, my name is Butch Alexa. I am a Lean Master and Six Sigma Black Belt, and I want to talk to you today about your organization's belt structure. Every organization that I've seen so far wants black belts and green belts and yellow belts. They want to train the black belts, they want to train the green belts, they want to train the yellow belts. The concept here is the more training they get, the more effective they will be, when in fact the reverse happens. We take a green belt off the floor, we put them into training for 2 weeks. They go through all kinds of training. They get every tool imaginable for Lean and Six Sigma. They spend 20 minutes to 30 minutes to 45 minutes on a tool, and then they come out after 2 weeks and they're supposed to be working on projects, and yet they're more confused than they were before they went into training. Why? Because we give them too many tools. We give them too much. It's the proverbial story of drinking out of fire hose is very, very accurate. We train them and teach them how to use exotic tools that most black belts probably would never use in their career. We teach them these things for what purpose? That's always the question I have. We take them, instead of hammering home and getting them to understand, to be able to fully implement those basic tools, the histogram, the Pareto chart, the scatter diagram, the fishbone. The fishbone is a fundamental building block of Lean and Six Sigma. The 5 whys, check sheets, is and is not tables. What we should be doing with these people we take off the floor to put through training is have them be able to quote these tools, utilize the tools, and use them in the correct manner and the correct application every time they use them, and have the knowledge that they don't have to use all of them all the time. One of the biggest problems I see with green belt and black belt programs is, hey, here's a tool. Let's make them use this somehow. Give it to them. They need to be able to do this. Okay, the green belt getting confused as it is. Now we're going to give him a process FMEA to do, or a design FMEA. Well, you got to do this. You got to do this. He had a half an hour of training on it in his green belt training. How effective do you think that is? Okay, we know this is the problem. We know that we're training them, we're giving them too much. We know this. But there's this whole thing about, they got to know all this. No, they don't need to know all this. What they need to know is how to develop a project, how to identify a project, how to develop it in terms of a charter, and then each improvement along the way based on the information from the basic tools. This would be more than suffice. Wyrick Enterprises is now embarking upon creating what is called functional belts. A functional belt is a green belt that has had training on the basic tools and then branches out and gets reacquainted with other tools as they need them to do their project. Wyrick Enterprises will work with organizations to develop a training plan that will give them access to advanced training if need be. They will give them access to remedial training if need be. They will run them through their projects in an orderly fashion. If we use the military model, we can compare the green belt, black belt, and yellow belt structure today, as it is now, to Wyrick Enterprises Functional Belt. The military says, you're coming in, you're going to be a chef. You're going to work in the kitchens. We're going to train you to be in the kitchens and everything. They do not take the chef, send him out to aircraft maintenance school. They take the chef and send him to food preparation school. They teach him how to figure out nutrition, calories, how to make our Army, Air Force, Marines, National Guards, all of it, all the military. They teach them how to have the healthiest fighting force in the world. What we do is we take a green belt and say, hey, you're going to be a green belt. Let's get you into training. That's 2 weeks. Yeah, we're going to teach you process FMEAs. Yeah, we're going to teach you, what else? What can we teach you that you will never use again? How about a variable MSA? Oh, that's good. Or an attribute MSA. They don't even know what attribute and variable is. We're going to teach them how to run an MSA. Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's like taking a chef, sending him to aircraft maintenance school. It makes no sense. Wyrick Enterprises is saying, don't do this. What we're saying is, come to us. Let's talk about this. Identify what your needs are. Let's identify what tools they should have to know. Let's get them trained so that they know the tools forward, backwards, up, down, in, out, every which way possible. When you take a person into the Army or the Marines and you teach them how to assemble and disassemble their rifle, their weapon, when you teach them how to do that, they can do that with their eyes closed. Why? Because they've done it 10,000 times before. When they need to be able to do it, such as in a firefight, they can do it. They can do it in seconds. Take it apart, put it back together. Okay, that's what we want the functional belts to be able to do. We want the functional belts to be able to recognize the need for certain tools and utilize them in a proper fashion. That being said, if you're interested in conversing further about the functional belt design and what it entails, contact Wyrick Enterprises. That's wyrickenterprises.com. And if you look at About Us on wyrickenterprises.com, you're going to see Brad Wyrick, who is the founder, and then you're going to see my handsome face in there too. So we look forward to hearing from you. This is different. This will help your organization get ahead. Thank you. Stay safe and stay healthy.